Hello and welcome in the next episode of Stocks Advisor channel. Today we will talk about Vaxart, ticker name VXRT, traded at Nasdaq. It's a company working in the area of development of vaccines. Actually, one of its candidates now is oral vaccine candidate, the only available oral vaccine candidate for COVID-19, and therefore, of course, this fact attracts a lot of attention to the company. Also given the fact that it's a company capable actually of development and engaging into those activities rather well, because it's also market capitalization, it's almost 600 million, so it's, to be more precise, 582. And it's showing some interesting results. So now everyone is waiting for Q3 reports, and the price is actually starting to volatile really well around the current support levels and actually around moving average 200 here. And if we would look at these numbers now, actually the candle, it's very interesting situation. So it could be either be a piercer that will show the further decline, or it could be really reversive. And if you look carefully here, you can see that the current trade is being made at the current support line. It's actually double support. It's moving average 200 together with this volatility line that was developed also in the previous wave. That's downwards of the previous wave that took place actually by the beginning of September. And there on you can see that the price went up and then it bounced from moving average 52 times in the middle of September, and also somewhere about 10 of October. So therefore moving average 50 nowadays works actually as a resist line and a downwards channel. Actually it's not only that one, but there is also a downwards channel being formed. You can clearly see it. It's just 2 times touched moving average 50, and now it's almost going with moving average 50 in parallel, and also with moving average 20. So by the way, here we have 3 moving averages depicted. On the left you see it's moving average 20, 50 and 200 being blue, green, blue and red lines correspondingly. So now the question is, what's actually the future for this stock? Because if you look carefully here, you have the downwards channel, let's call it R1, the top of it. And also you see the bottom of the channel. If you look carefully, it's this one. And still it's not really narrowing channel, so it's almost a parallel one, so its narrowing capability is quite low. Let's call the lower line R2. So R1, R2 channel is not forming any kind of a flag. So still the question is, will it really go higher and actually start making a higher trade at the channel of price about, let's say, 7 plus, and then it will be actually something above S1. Let's call this line blue line S2. Anything above S1, or is it still going to go down? If you currently look at the price and the candle, and the fact that it didn't really go much higher and actually almost used moving average 20 here and 50 as support line, so you can see this decline today of this rather relatively high upwards shadow. You can still say it might be a situation indicating slight further decline, so maybe something that we saw similar to something that was seen actually somewhere about 10 of August. So it's still like very volatile, dodgy kind of candle, although white, and the question is still, it's quite unclear. So with this, it's better to wait. So that's the advice for Vaxart. Of course, the volatility today is quite high. Everyone is expecting for some news, but it could play both ways, especially given the fact that there is quite big gap between S1 level and actually the previous trading levels. If you look here, for example, that level, the level of about 3 plus, let's call it S3, which is actually the real support line, and this big gap between S1 and S3, that even higher gaps that was saw before. So this is still rather big, and another gap is between S2, S3 here, which is not really supported below S2. So below S2 there is still no support. Should the price start piercing down, well, it might be that R2 work as actually additional support line, the channel, and also moving average 200. But should the news be any negative, then the price could easily pierce. So this is really a decider of the news, and today's trading session will show, next trading session will show what's the destiny of this one. Should it go higher, so should it make a move up, this would mean that if it pierces above S1, this would mean that R1, R2 channel is broken, and then actually the first entry buying possibility here would be below S1 and above R1. If the price is not, so this is the first scenario. So if the first scenario, the price pierces upwards S1, then it will be this first circle to enter. Should the price go lower and actually on some negativity pierce downwards R2, then the only entry possibility here would be in the vicinity of S3 line, the real solid support that was also working like pre-quarter 3, and this will be almost unpenetratable support line. Of course, there is still another line if negativity of the news or whatever reaction would be very high or very strong, let's say, then there is this line as well, which in this case will work as additional average down approach. So level and then average down would be advised anything below this line, let's call it S4. So with this, you can see that this is more like wait and look strategy. So the first scenario, if the price goes above S1 on the good news, then on volatility it's to buy at between S1 above R1. The second scenario, if the price goes below R2 channel, so if R1, R2 channel is broken, then the first entry is actually here, and then the first average down is here. And then here it would be advised to buy with 1 to 2 approach, so you buy with 1 and average down with 2. In that sense, yeah, this is more like indeed wait and see. And for the first scenario, the first dark circle again is to buy with 1 portion, and should the price start correcting and trying to reconfirm the channel R1, R2, then the second entry would be here between S2 and R2, and again average down with 2 portions. So 2 scenarios, 2 approaches. Still need to wait where the price will go. Either it will pierce upwards S1 or pierce downwards R2. And then the strategy will be clear for this one. For the moment, still volatile, more like a little bit casino style, waiting for some solid reaction. And once it's coming, then you can make your trade. So this is it for Vaxart today and today's episode. Also, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. This way you will not miss our other videos. Also watch them. As you see, we give advice quite some in advance, like 4, 3, 5 weeks. Therefore, it means that you can also look other videos, even if the date of the issue is a few weeks ago. It doesn't mean that it's outdated. It's just the moment when the issue was performed, so when the video was put on the channel. But the actual situation discussed there might happen in 4 weeks. Therefore, it could be just happening, so you can put your price expectations, your alerts, and make your play if you like the analysis and proposed ideas. With this, thank you and see you in another episode at Stocks Advisor channel.